So let's discuss about ping today. The ping command actually helps us to check whether the destination address we are trying to reach actually is able to communicate with us at all or not. So let's discuss that. And it basically uses the protocol called ICMP, which stands for Internet Control Messaging Protocol. And that protocol is the one which actually helps to deal with the error corrections. So it tells like there are some errors in that particular, like whether you are not able to connect to that port or the destination IP address. That's what it deals with. So the code is written in Python. We are going to use the import OS for the operating system. What kind of operating system my device has? It's Windows. Then the SVS and the socket because it is depending on the socket communication. Then the struct, we are going to be creating struct in order to store the information, then time, select, and statistics. Now the IMP echo request set to 0 because the type for the IMP echo request is 8 and the code for that is 0. That's not mentioned here. Now timeout is 1. So the time that it waits to get the reply is 1 second. Tries, it takes 4 tries. I'll be showing you while running the code what I mean by that. It gives 4 tries, like it tries to attempt to ping that particular destination IP address 4 times, and if it fails 4 times, then it says like you're not able to connect to that particular DNS server. So basically, we have this is admin function, and what it does is like it checks whether I'm working on Linux. So here I have set it to 0 because I'm not working on to the Linux, and C-type. I'm importing the C-type library. It actually helps me to communicate uh, the Python directly with the Windows DLS. So that's what it does. Then it tries to use the Windows DLS and it needs to be admin. So I'll be showing you like if I don't give the admin privilege while working on the CMD, it will be showing me that it needs the administration privilege to run the script. Then I have checksum. So checksum is the one which deals with the error handling, starting given the sum length to be 0, the count length to be 0, and I want the count to be in pairs. So that's what it does is like if it has 4 bytes divided by 2 and the modulus would be 2 and into 2. So we have the chunks of something in pairs. So it will always be in pairs because I'm multiplying everything by 2, and then I will be storing the particular value. So starting the value, this would be the end value, the leftmost bit, and this would be the rightmost bit. And then storing that value inside the sum. And I have given this a limit, like it could be just 32 bits, not more than that. So a limit was set to over here. Then it checks like there's an odd bit inside, like whether there is an odd bit, it subtracts it, and then again it checks like it should be 32 bits. Then again after that, holding the 32 bits and then complementing it, like whenever we are doing the checksum, we add those values, like the first sum, and the second value would be the complement of it, adding those values, then getting a sum, and then again complementing it, and that would be the checksum. That's what it does it, and storing that answer. Now here we are creating the ICMP packet. So packet ID and what kind of sequence it would be. So it is of 8 bits, again the one I told you about, and it has all these values, and it tells it like it prints the time over here. Then the checksum would be the header plus the data. Then the header is printed and the header is returned over here. Now we are sending the ping command, so it needs to be connected to the socket, wait for the timeout, again responses back like there's a timeout. I'll be dealing with multiple scenarios. One where we would be seeing a timeout. One where it's actually using the domain name, and the other one would be using the IP address to ping it. And one would be, even though I'm using a proper domain name, it still would be saying like timeout because of the firewall. Some website doesn't allow the ping command, and they have a highly protected site, so they don't even allow the ping command to run on it. So we will be looking onto that and send the main function in order to actually run that group, and it again checks like whether there were the admin privileges or not. Then the final statistic. Final statistics would be dealing with the round trip time. The TLS time, round trip time, would be the one like how long does one packet takes to transfer from one device to the other. The TLS would be how many hoops it could travel at that particular instance. And all these things are calculated, then the main entry is done. So let's run this code on the CMD. So let me just open CMD without the admin privilege, and let's try to run this. So it's in my D folder, and let's see the D folder, copying it, cd, let's clearing it, and let's just run the file. So the file name is ping.py. It should be saying like it needs the admin privilege. So let's give it the admin privilege. CMD, running it on the admin, moving to the D drive, checking for our location, ls, declaring the and running that file again, ping on dot py, and now I've read. So let's ping the domain name for Google. Ping google.com, and as you can see, I have the IP address for the Google. It's giving the IP address, and it is telling me the time frame for that, like how long it took. The this time is nothing but the round trip time, then the TTL time as I discussed with you, and all the statistics are displayed here. So it is taking the information from it. Packet, the number of packets sent were 4, received all 4, no losses were there. Approximately value time, how much round trip time it took, like the maximum would uh the minimum was 55 milliseconds, maximum was this time limit. So it actually checks these values, and the average time is calculated over here. Let's ping the Google, but using the DNS, so the IP address, instead of using the DNS. So it shows like the IP address for it, the basic one. And let's do for Deacon website now. Let's do something. Deacon website was www.deacon.edu.au. Again, it tells you what type of what's the IP address for that particular website, the round trip time, the TLS time, and all the statistics written at the bottom of it. Let's ping it, and now I'm going to write something gibberish, which doesn't make sense because that domain doesn't exist. Let's go with the domain called priyanka.com, and should not cannot find. So no host was there because it actually doesn't exist. Neither the domain exists for it, neither the IP address. Let's go with something. I have an example for this situation. So And if we see the SBI website, let's try entering this domain and let's do it with other. Okay, let's just move it down. So ping www.online. Now I know the SBI has a firewall and it doesn't allow ping to actually establish or check the connections. So it should be showing timeout. Yes, requested timeout. It checks now. I told you like it would be checking for 4 times and after that it would be like I'm done. All the packets you were sending were lost. Let's go with some other banking website. What do they do with it? ICIC. Most probably all the banking website should have a firewall for that. www.icici.bank.com. Okay, maybe I've written it wrong. Oh, sorry, I didn't write ping. Oh, the ICIC doesn't seem to be much concerned about the security purposes, so you can actually ping that. So that's how you do it. Thanks for watching the video.